allegiance. Flag face, Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. All right. And now please join me for the Scout oath and law. Scout sign. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Color guard post the colors. Color guard dismissed. Please be seated. Would Scoutmaster and Eagle Scout, Mr. Randy Rich, please come forward. Get that for the
The blooper reel.
Okay, for delay. Would Hunter Darst and Dean Cashmere please come forward and face the audience 6 feet apart from each other? I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout Charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in scouting. Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant influences in the world's history. You have been counted worthy of this high rank as in Scouts BSA. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Hunter and Dean, please give the Scout sign. To seal the loyalty to the code of an Eagle Scout, I ask you to repeat after me. I affirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I affirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
my rank and influence,
my rank and influence,
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting,
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship,
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
2. Would the parents of our Eagle Scouts please come to the front, stand on opposite ends and facing the audience. No words could do justice to a family's devotion and patient perseverance, which have helped these Scouts to reach their goal. I now ask the mothers of the Eagle candidates to pin the Eagle Award on their son's chest.
families to please help me present the Scouts with their Eagle Scout neckerchief. Eagle Scouts will present families with parent pins. Each of the Eagle Scouts are receiving a commemorative flag. These flags have been flown over the U.S. Capitol to commemorate the Eagle Award and the ceremony being held today. Always display and retire these colors with honor as you have learned in your Scout training. Now can I ask the new Eagle Scouts please stay standing while families return to their seats. Scouts, if you want to have a seat at the bench over here. Okay, so Hunter and Dean have been pretty active starting college. Not a whole lot of time to write speeches. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to introduce kind of what I think of them now. Give you a little background. I'm not going to talk a whole long time, but when my grandmother was growing up, she lived over in Shaversville, Ohio, and they lived on a farm. And what they had was a yoke to get their water. So this was used around the neck to carry buckets of water up from the creek or the quarry. This thing is actually probably 100 years old. And you would hang these buckets off the side, or little pots. You hang a pot behind down the hill, get the water, bring it back. Okay. So this has been used in other presentations. It represents the yoke of the burden of our lives. These two Scouts have done an outstanding job. So I'd like to tell them a little bit of story. A water bearer in India had two large pots, each hung on each end of a pole, which he carried around across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years, this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only one and a half pots full of water to his master's house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of his accomplishments, perfect to the end for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. "I'm ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you." "Why?" asked the bearer. "What are you ashamed of?" "I've been able for these past few years to deliver only half my load because of this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your master's house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all this work, and you don't get the full value from your efforts. The water bearer felt sorry for the old crackpot, and in his compassion said, "As we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path." And indeed, as they went up the hill, the old crackpot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wildflowers on the side of the path, and it cheered it some. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad because it leaked out half of its load, and so again it apologized to the bear for its failure. And the bear said to the pot, "Did you notice that there were flowers on your side of the path, but not the other pot's side? That's because I've always known about your flaws, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on the side of the path, on your side of the path. And every day while we walked back from the stream, you watered them. So for 2 years, I've been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, you would not have this beauty to grace his house." The moral of the story is that each of us has our own unique flaws, and we're all cracked pots, but it's the cracks and the flaws that we have that make our lives together so very interesting and rewarding. You just got to take each person for what they are and look at the good in them. And there's a lot of good out there, and there's a lot of good in you. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. Remember to appreciate all the different people in your life, or as I like to think of it, if it hadn't been for the crackpots in my life, it would have been pretty boring and not so interesting. So with that, again, this goes to the years that you've worked through families, myself, and the other troop members. It's not always perfect. We try to find the spots that you can be successful. Before I get on to a couple of awards that the boys can make, I do want to give special recognition. One is to, let's see, I have a special gift for Hunter's mom. So I ask Carol to come forward, please. Okay. So I can unwrap it, Carol. Okay. So she gets a special commemorative mug. It says, "I survived my kids' Eagle Scout project." Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Next, I wanted to have Mr. Mark Casimir please stand up and come forward. Mr. Casimir has been a great assistant with everything over the years, and we go way back in the scouting verse. One of the times I went to his house, he brought out the little box of his trinkets of where he'd been as a scout. It's kind of similar to mine, a lot of the same type of backgrounds. We grew up in the same era. And it always occurred to me that, he really likes being out here and doing the things that we do. So I want to, first of all, thank Mark on behalf of everybody and myself just for being that guy. Really can't express all the places we've been together, and it's always been awesome. So I do a little gift from the troop. Formerly, he's been our treasurer. Finally, we have another treasurer. So I would like to give you this commemorative mug as well. Feel free to share that and keep that for your community. And again, I thank everybody's families for their support. One of the things we want to do today is also recognize the Scouts have mentors who may have helped them specifically with their Eagle Project or generally finishing across the Eagle Path. So, Dean, is your mentor here today? I think so.
Yes.
All right, so the golden pin is for him.
Mr. Cooper, would you come forward?
So make sure you get a picture here. You want to turn around. Stay with me. Okay, so Mr. Cooper is the first Eagle Scout on the board. If you're actually in the hallway, we have a wall of honor that has a plaque. Every Eagle Scout has a name up there. Mr. Cooper is the first one. He's also our snow sports instructor, and he's ski club advisor. We've been waiting for some more snow, Mr. Cooper. But we appreciate his help over the years, and he's always got the energy to go when we need it. So thank you, Mr. Cooper. Okay, next up is Hunter Darst. He actually has 2 mentor candidates. I don't know if they're both here, but if you want to come on up. Trevor. All right. I think another mentor is on the road. Mr. Vargich here, right now. Chris Vargich is Scoutmaster of Troop 235, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention all the work that he did, along with especially the Scout members who really pushed that troop to finish the job. Almost everybody that they were working with finished their Eagle, and Hunter was one of the last ones. And he joined us in the last year and a half of his career on our high adventure up to Michigan, but also at summer camp to do basket weaving, because who doesn't want basket weaving? And that was pretty awesome. So we really enjoyed having him come in, finish the job. Both of these guys through the projects. Dean's project was outside. You can see it at the northwest corner of the church. Was finishing up the seating area that's up by the little bench that's out there. And Hunter's project was for the DFW. They have a Veterans Memorial Wall that's in the Dwyer Center. Things kind of closed up because of COVID, so we don't have a lot of photo ops of that. Hopefully they can get back to normal and use it. But basically, awesome job by the 2 scouts. And so I believe with that, I'm going to hand this back to Michael Lucio.
Hopefully I don't make all the candles fall down this time. But would all scouts present please join me in the benediction? And now, may the great